Since Elon Musk and SpaceX committed themselves to the promise of landing on the moon next year, they have had to completely reinvent the way to ensure that the colossal Starship rocket won't explode on the launch pad during liftoff or detonate in the sky. Having gone through the first launch and the second launch of Starship, we've surely noticed a significant improvement thanks to SpaceX's innovative tricks, especially when faced with the primary factor that could lead to a Starship explosion, the 33 Raptor engines. Discover the unraveled secrets of SpaceX's ingenious safeguards against catastrophic malfunctions in our mind-blowing video. With 33 engines at stake, the stakes couldn't be higher. Get ready to delve into the thrilling details of their groundbreaking solution, a game-changer in aerospace engineering. Witness the brilliance of the SpaceX team as they unlock the key to engine safety, fending off disaster in the harshest conditions found in space. This jaw-dropping reveal will leave you in awe, questioning how they have cracked the code. Brace yourself for a mesmerizing adventure into the world of space technology, as we share the hidden truths behind successful rocket launches. SpaceX's jaw-dropping solution to mission-threatening meltdowns, the epic saga of safeguarding 33 Raptor engines. Why do many space enthusiasts consider these tricks the boldest methods ever? Find out everything about this and more in today's episode.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my channel.
After the first launch of Starship, it has caused significant damage such as creating a large crater beneath the launch pad or serious malfunctions in surrounding equipment, especially the notable issues with many Raptor engines during flight, leading to the loss of the vehicle for SpaceX. This is the main reason why rocket enthusiasts like us feel concerned about the upcoming Starship flights with such powerful Raptor engines. However, SpaceX has been quick to learn from these experiences. Elon Musk, SpaceX's CEO, immediately introduced effective tricks to address the issues and ensure the optimal performance of Starship in the future. The first mitigation involves a change to the final seconds of the countdown for the ignition of the 33 Raptor engines. During the maiden launch, Starship fired up its engines over a 5 to 6 second period. Musk added that during Booster 9's launch, this will be reduced by around 50% to around 2.5 seconds before the vehicle lifts off. So for the next flight, we'll certainly take off faster. For this flight, we err on the side of babying the engines and just sort of gently starting each engine one at a time. Indeed, this method was implemented in the second flight. And if you look at the results of launching 2 missions simultaneously, you can see a significant improvement in power and speed when the Raptor engine roars to life and lifts the rocket off the ground. This not only enhances the performance of the Raptor engines, but also prevents any imbalance and thrust among the engines. However, the key solution will be a water-jacketed sandwich, or what we call the deluge system. In fact, SpaceX shipped Starship deluge hardware from Florida to Starbase earlier this year. However, SpaceX decided to proceed with the first flight of Starship before this was completed. And this turned out to be a mistake for SpaceX. The power of the 33 engines caused concrete blocks to be catapulted off the ground, even damaging the rocket engines that were firing up. Fortunately, with the second launch of Starship, the water deluge system worked effectively, protecting the launch pad as well as cooling and safeguarding the 33 Raptor engines of the spacecraft. Honestly, almost all rockets use some sort of deluge system to prevent their own exhausts from damaging or destroying themselves or their surroundings. A large volume of water sprayed into the space just below a rocket's engine can prevent the immense acoustic energy sound they produce from wreaking havoc. A deluge also helps protect launch pad hardware by allowing some of the energy in the exhaust to boil and vaporize water instead of eating into concrete or steel. But CEO Elon Musk has infamously stated that SpaceX is intentionally attempting to build an orbital launch site that doesn't need a flame diverter for Starship, the most powerful rocket in history. That's gone about as well as one might expect until the loss is created by this shortcoming. However, because SpaceX, everything's different. The Starship deluge system is a unique system that we've never seen before. The SpaceX deluge system is made up of several components, including a water supply. SpaceX installed numerous pipelines and set up water and pressure containers. The water flow begins in Brownsville, where tanker trucks primarily draw water from fire hydrants, but they may also source water from other city water storage tanks. Subsequently, these tanks traverse highway forward to the launch site. Here the trucks unload water into 7 large storage tanks for use in the flame deflector apparatus. The water distribution system is a network of pipes that delivers the water to the nozzles on the launch pad. 2 main pipes channel and discharge the water into 3 manifolds, distributing into the plate. One pipe with a smaller diameter supplies one manifold, while the other, with a larger diameter, supplies the remaining 2 through the use of a Y-shaped connector. Here the water will be pressurized enough to flow out of the hole even when subjected to the pressure of the discharge pipe. So from one direction, you've got to flow a water, and the other, you've got to flow a super hot exhaust. There will be an established temperature gradient between the 2 nozzles. The nozzles are strategically placed around the launch pad to spray the water in a way that cools the launch pad evenly. Everywhere except the center, there will be a radial flow of steam blowing the exhaust away from the plate, and in the center, the water pressure is higher than the exhaust pressure. The exhaust never touches the plate. It's only exposed, worst case, steam. All SpaceX has to do is maintain the water flow high enough that the temperature at the steel plate never exceeds maybe 1000 degrees Celsius. And the water doesn't boil until it's outside the plenum, and the plate is good to go. To achieve this, they use a sensor component. The system monitors the water flow and temperature and can alert the launch team if there's a problem. Honestly, in the real world, the plate never sees more than a couple hundred degrees Celsius. It doesn't matter to the plate how hot the water gets after it's no longer in contact with the plate. And remember, SpaceX routinely keeps combustion chamber walls directly exposed to much higher temperatures and pressures for melting. They're very experienced at heatful analysis. They employ a safety system that'll automatically shut off the water flow if the pressure or temperature of the water gets too high. If there's any concern here, it's not that the exhaust will damage the plate. It's that you're going to get a lot of turbulence and unstable behavior that might reflect back on the engines. And there's going to be a pretty impressive wall of steam leaving the launch pad. In short, like any SpaceX design, it may need iterative improvement and detail to get to the concept. Another trick SpaceX uses to protect the 33 Raptor engines is the method of catching Starship and Super Heavy. Integrated with a 145-meter high steel landing tower with 3 mechanical arms, one serving as a quick disconnect arm playing the role of a fueling umbilical and acting as a stabilizer between the rocket. The other 2 arms act as giant chopsticks, guiding the Super Heavy booster at the largest flying object to date back to the ground. This is not just about catching a large metal mass, it's about ensuring a gentle landing to protect the invaluable technology already inside the booster. Imagine trying to catch a rocket that's just returned from space. Any misstep could lead to catastrophic damage. And it's not just about the rocket, the tower, the launch pad and the surrounding infrastructure are all at risk. So while we marvel at the audacity of this maneuver, it's worth remembering the caution and extensive preparation that must accompany it. The key to this method is landing the rocket within the last few dozen meters, specifically about 65 meters above the ground. SpaceX flight engineers have been playing a very delicate balancing act trying to get the downer momentum and engine recognition time just right so that the vehicle is very close to zero momentum as it reaches the ground, just before the engine thrust would begin causing it to ascend again. Super Heavy will hover and only one engine will shut down as the chopstick grips onto 2 latches on either side of the booster just below the grid fence. The booster comes to a stop and hovers for about 5 seconds before the chopsticks squeeze it. In this demonstration, the chopsticks move very little during the catch, ensuring they won't swing down like a shock absorber. We know that the railings on the chopstick arms are capable of moving up and down a few inches, and that's probably all that's needed to absorb the weight of the booster. This process provides additional flexibility in rocket landing to minimize the risk of a vertical landing that could damage the structural integrity or the engines. Honestly, such tricks play a crucial role in protecting the 33 Raptor engines. But for safety and reliability, each Raptor engine must also operate flawlessly, and SpaceX never stops working on that. Next upgrade is Starbase. In a recent announcement, the visionary Elon Musk just unleashed the groundbreaking news that SpaceX's Starbase is about to undergo a monumental transformation. But this isn't your ordinary maintenance check or routine enhancement. Musk is promising game-changing upgrades that will propel the Starbase into a new era of technological marvels. SpaceX's Starbase undergoes transformation, a detailed look at upgrades in progress. In the wake of Starship's second launch, SpaceX has plunged into a major makeover at its Starbase facility in Texas. The atmosphere at the Starbase is buzzing with activity and determination, as SpaceX gears up for the next phase of Starship missions. The focus is on Ship 28, poised to be the next Starship to take flight. Ship 28 has recently gained attention as teams diligently work on installing its thermal protection system or TPS tiles before conducting engine testing. Having spent an extended period on the engine installation stand, Ship 28 is now back in the high bay, allowing teams to concentrate on the crucial task of applying the thermal protection system. This system is vital for safeguarding the spacecraft during its journeys through the challenging conditions of space. It's noteworthy that just 2 weeks ago, Ship 25 experienced an issue with tile detachment during launch. The current attention to Ship 28's TPS shows SpaceX's commitment to addressing and improving upon past challenges. The hope is that the meticulous work on Ship 28 will yield different and more successful results. Although seeing the workers attaching tiles to the vehicle may seem repetitive, it's a crucial and intricate process. Each tile plays a vital role in protecting the Starship from the intense heat generated during atmospheric re-entry. Now, the multitude of lifts surrounding other vehicles indicates the simultaneous work on multiple fronts. While Ship 28 takes the spotlight, work is concurrently underway on Ship 29 and Ship 30, positioning them for the next line of launches. This proactive approach ensures that progress is made in advance, streamlining the workflow for upcoming missions. 2. Star Factory and Nose Cone Production. Now as the Starbase undergoes a major overhaul, the construction of the Star Factory is also in full swing. The nose cone production area is nearing completion, with only a small part of the building left for wall and roof panel installation. The meticulous planning and execution are evident in the timely progress of this crucial facility. Notably, bridge cranes have already been installed, with the capability to lift impressive weights. The left crane can handle up to 50 tons, while the right one comprises 2 cranes capable of lifting a combined weight of 50 tons. This is a significant capacity, especially when considering the potential weight of a fully equipped nose cone. Interestingly, these cranes may be designed to hoist a nose cone already mounted on its payload base section, showcasing the advanced capabilities of the Star Factory. Next, Megabay 2 upgrades. Adjacent to the Star Factory, Megabay 2 is also undergoing upgrades. New glass panels are being installed on its upper level, highlighting the continuous improvements across the entire Starbase facility. These upgrades signify a commitment to creating a state-of-the-art infrastructure that can accommodate the evolving needs of SpaceX's ambitious space exploration endeavors. Next, Sun site developments. Shifting the focus to the sand site near the production area, attention is drawn to an unusual concrete structure currently under construction. While its purpose remains partially unknown, the intriguing development adds an air of anticipation. Over at the Sanchez site, the AFT or engine section of SN-15, part of SpaceX's Starship fleet, is being dismantled. This marks the end of SN-15's journey as it undergoes scrapping. Let's take a moment to bid farewell to SN-15 and acknowledge its contributions to SpaceX's endeavors. Next, number 5. Testing at the Maisie's test site. Moving to Maisie's test site, there are indications that the Ship 24.2 test article may have undergone tests. Recent observations suggest that the tests may have concluded by late November, with ropes simulating loads removed by December 1st. However, potential malfunctions may also be considered, requiring repairs before proceeding further. The testing focuses on evaluating stress on the ship's payload base section. Next, launch site upgrades. At the launch site, significant changes are underway, starting with the enlargement of the orbital tank farm. New subcoolers and pumps installed a few months ago are now being integrated into the existing orbital tank farm, plumbing, anticipating their use in the third Starship flight. The orbital launch mount is also undergoing modifications, with scaffolding erected around methane and oxygen subcoolers. The orbital tank farm is also witnessing expansion, with new tanks being delivered, set to bring the total to 9, further enhancing Starbase's capabilities. Next, orbital launch mount adjustments. Moving on to the orbital launch mount, noteworthy changes have taken place in the past week. Clamps securing the booster during ground operations were removed, possibly for inspection following the second Starship launch. This routine check ensures everything is in order for subsequent deployments. The return of the dance floor and additional scaffolding within the structure indicate refurbishment and inspection efforts. The booster's quick disconnect saw some changes, allowing SpaceX teams to access crucial lines providing fluids and power to Super Heavy. This work is essential for evaluating the condition of the ground service equipment or GSC hardware. Next, old chopsticks and launch pad improvements. Now, the orbital launch mount has been equipped with guiding pins to position the booster accurately for connection with the vehicle's aft end. These pins, typically removed before flight and reinstalled for the next booster, ensure precise alignment. The old chopsticks, a critical component for booster support, are undergoing repairs and restoration following minor damage observed after Starship's second flight. Next, Gateway Tamar's sign. A noteworthy addition is the introduction of a new sign at the launch site situated on the recently constructed wall, reading Gateway Tamar's. This aligns with SpaceX's branding and emphasizes the ambitious goal of expanding humanity's presence beyond Earth. In essence, the Starbase is a hive of activity showcasing SpaceX's commitment to innovation and progress. The transformations at the launch site, testing areas, and production sites reflect the company's dynamic approach to space exploration. As SpaceX continues to push the boundaries, we can look forward to more exciting revelations and achievements on the journey to Mars and beyond. And that's about it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and that's all for today's update. If you enjoyed watching and found it useful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And if you want to support our channel and if you want to be up to date, you can become an exclusive member, so click on our perks through the link in the description below. Thanks to watching and see you next time.